Hey, happy Tuesday. Welcome to Talk Tuesday. If you've been here before, welcome back. If it's your first time, Talk Tuesday is our weekly segment where we go over tips to help you enhance your finances. So I would love to say, how are you? How's your day going? What's the weather like? Where are you located? Where I'm at in Pennsylvania, we actually got some snow today. That was a little surprise. So, made it through that. But today we are going to discuss sinking funds. So, before I get into it, if you would love to let me know in the chat if you've even heard of a sinking fund. Hey, how are you guys? I'm sorry I didn't have my comments up. Thank you for being here. So have you ever heard of a sinking fund? Even if you can put yes, you can put what you think it is, and I will definitely go deeper into it. But I would love to hear if anyone has ever heard of it. Do they know what it is? And while you're putting that in the chat, I will just love to give a friendly reminder that next week on Friday, March 24th, we will be accepting new members into my money management community, which is called the Financial Freedom Mastermind. So we'll be accepting new members. So if that's something you wanted to participate in and join, look forward to that next week on Friday. Good. All right, it's windy where you're at. You're in Coastville, PA. Yes, that wind, whoo, that wind was something. Walking to the car, my eyes after work, my eyes were watering. All right, cool. So even if you've never heard of it, guess what? I'm going to tell you guys what it is. So a sinking fund is a fund that you have for a specific item. So it could be uh, like we always speak about a house, a car, a wedding, a retirement. It's simply put a fund for a specific item. So you're saving for a specific item versus a savings account. Sometimes we're just saving to build our savings because we don't know what's coming, what's how what we're preparing for. So we have our savings account. But a sinking fund allows us to be, hey, thank you for joining. A sinking fund is simply allowing you to focus on one thing. So that fund is specifically like sometimes your financial institution might have a vacation account or a holiday account. Those are considered sinking funds because you're saving for a specific reason. So that's what a sinking fund is. And the benefit of that is it allows you to just focus on that item instead of putting the money into your savings. And of course, we want to put money in our savings, but that allows you to focus on a specific item and just, see exactly where you're going and how you're doing at reaching that goal. So sometimes we try to create too many sinking funds at one time where we might have an account for this, an account for that, account for that, and we have great intentions, but we're stretching out so far. We have so much going on that we lose track, or we spread our money out so thin that it puts us in a situation where we might be overdrafting an account because we're not realizing I have money going here, and here. And I don't have money in my main account because I'm spreading it all out with my great intentions. So be mindful of that. Yes, we want to have sinking funds. We want to save for a purpose all the time, but just be mindful of what you have going on, what you have coming out, and so you don't put yourself where you're working on something very positive and that cause you to go into the negative or anything like that. All right. So I wanted to tell you some benefits of having the sinking fund. So for having, and then let me know in the comments too, because now that you know what a sinking fund is, do you already have a sinking fund and you just didn't know it was a sinking fund? Because chances are you probably already have a sinking fund, but you just never heard of the term sinking fund. So, a benefit of having that is it allows you to have less stress when you're working towards something and you have money aside, or even if your sinking fund was for a specific reason. But if you had an emergency come up, you had that money to kind of shield you and save you, and not force you to use your credit. So it puts you in it gives you a security. And let's see, I have some other ones. Uh, oh, and like for vacations, all right. So your vacation fund is a sinking fund, and you can actually go enjoy yourself, go out on your vacation, and be free of feeling like, oh, I spent all this money. No, you save for that, and you should never feel guilty going on a vacation ever, 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 ever. We want to enjoy ourselves, go out, have a good time, And as long as we plan ahead and it don't allow our vacation to interfere with our livelihoods when we come back, because then we go have a great, amazing time, and then we come back, and then now we can't buy lunch this week because we didn't outdid ourselves. So when we plan ahead, we can go have a good time, go on excursions, and whatever it is we might want to do while we're on, get some souvenirs, and still come back and enjoy ourselves. Who's heard about what's going on? You have one? All right. Hey, Stephanie. Thank you for joining. Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. So, let's see. Glad to see you. Just let me take this time just to say thank you all for coming on with me on live on Tuesdays. I appreciate you all. You don't have to be here. You show up. Some of you show up every week. I appreciate you. And I hope that every time you come and you're here with me that you learn something new or you learn something that helps you to think a different way, gives you a different perspective. Just that is my hope that every time I'm on here that I'm giving you a tip or something to make you think differently. So I just appreciate you for being here. Just thank you for tuning in. And before we go, I would love to ask you. I want to start doing done for you services. If you ever haven't heard of that, done for you services are a service where literally I do it for you. So I was wondering, what are some things that you would like to be done for you? So maybe like I have a bill schedule that I provide. So with that, you would give me your bills. You would give me your income, and then I would actually set up your bills for every payday for the entire year. That's a done for you service that I provide. But what service might, and if you can't think of one right now, definitely in the replay, or if you're watching the replay, just put it in the comments so I can come back and check it out. But it's something I want to do in a couple months, just add new done for you services. But I just want to know what people would like done for them. I don't want to decide on my own. And then maybe it's something that you might not be interested in. So definitely I want to do things that are helpful and beneficial. So if you think of anything that someone could benefit from or you could benefit from, let me know. So when I'm deciding on my new services, I can keep that in mind. But find someone to pay all my bills. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, I need that. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. And then I enjoy coming on, giving you tips and letting you guys go. I know everyone has things going on, and it's never my intention to have you all on here all day long. Our lives are usually 10 or 15 minutes long. So you come in, you get the tips, and you go on about your day. I don't want to have you on here for 20, 30, 40 minutes because you guys have things to do. Someone to give me the winning Powerball numbers. Yes, pay my bills. Okay, so all right, all right. So listen, let's be serious, guys, because you guys are wait a minute. Now, are you saying like literally someone to go in and pay your bills for you? Or are you saying someone to give you the money to pay the bills? If it's someone to give you the money, I can't out with that. But if you were saying like a service, like or someone just like, you know what, take these are my logins, pay my bills for me this week or this month or something like that. Powerball numbers, I would love that as well. Budget setups, okay, and that's something that actually came to mind for today. So I said I could do something, whereas I can actually create the budget. Like someone gives me their documents, because maybe all right. So I have my community where we in the community we work on your budget. You create your budget. You learn how to become consistent with it. You learn how to manage it. And it's all about learning how to master it. So I was like, on the other side, some people want to learn how to do it and become very well. But some people are like, listen, I don't want to know how to do it. Just do it for me. So I was like, maybe I can add that done for your service where I can receive people's items, their statements, and things like that, and actually create their budget for them. And they just have to get to work on it. So I love that idea. Thank you. Because that's something I was considering earlier. Someone to give and you pay. Okay, all right, all right. All right, thank you. All right. Look, we're right at 10 minutes. Does anybody have any questions? You guys heard about the bank. I can talk about the bank Silicon Valley or Silicon, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I can talk about that. So just with that, that's not a like a normal bank that we would normally bank at. That's like for stocks and uh the crypto and stuff like that. But it could happen to any bank. So what I would say for you if your bank accounts are insured, the FDIC insures your accounts up to $250,000. So if you have different bank accounts in one financial institution, keep in mind that your savings, your checking, your vacation, all those accounts we spoke about together, that amount 250,000. So if you have 250 in your savings, 250 in your checking, that is not safe. It's only going to secure $250,000 total. So then it's good for someone who has different financial institutions. So, for your safety, when you have a lot of money, put your money into different banks, different institutions, or different credit unions, or wherever you want to bank at, but have 250 in this account at this institution, 250 at this institution, just so that if anything were to happen like that recently happened, that your money is secure. Because for the people who have more than 250,000, now I know they're doing some things right now because this was like a really big deal, but typically over 250,000, it's your loss. And when you have a lot of money, you is listen, I know I would be hot if I had more than that and you just tell me, well, we only can insure you for up to 250,000. Over that, it's nothing we can tell you. So don't put yourself in that situation. So just be mindful when your bank accounts get to a certain amount, over 250,000 at the one institution. Then what you would do is put some at a different institution. Now, if you have a joint bank account, maybe you and your husband. Now, just so you have your personal, that can go up to 250. But if let's say you and your husband have an account, then you and your husband have another different account, those together will be 250. So just be mindful of that, just to be secure and to just ensure that, if anything were to go down, you have what's entitled to you, what you have built, what you have grown, what you have contributed to the accounts. Keep in mind your IRAs, our accounts for our jobs. Those also have stipulations and things like that. So look into that. Don't be afraid to check it out. Ask questions. Check on your money, and make sure you're safe, because right now it's going to be a lot of things going on with different banks, because that's going to be scaring the banks because how quickly it just fell apart. So it's like once they knew something was happening, everyone started pulling their money out, and then it was just so quick. So know what's going on with your financial institution. Look up things, read things, and we get so comfortable with putting our money in the bank and just I'll come back and get it. But it's a time where things like this happen, because you have to know when you put your money in the bank, yeah, it's in the bank, but the banks are also using that. They're giving out loans. Like when we get loans for cars, homes, different things, we are borrowing everyone's money. Everybody's borrowing everyone's money. So if everyone goes in at one point to take it all out, somebody's going to be short. So just be mindful of what's going on with your bank, what they're investing in, how they're doing. Now we get to think about new things and think about more things now that this has come to the forefront, because it can happen. We wouldn't think that anything like this would happen, because it's probably, I don't know how many years it's been since something like this has ever happened, but it brings it to our attention. This may not make any sense, but can you insure your own money if you have more than 250,000 left? That's a good question. Now that one, I'm not sure about that question. I'm not sure about the answer, so I'm not going to give an answer. But what I will do is look into it, and I will let you know the response, because that's something I would like to know as well. That's a good question. Thank you for that question, Aisha. I know that's right. When you hit the Powerball and Mega Ball, that's right. But I'm gonna look into that. That was an amazing question, and that's something really good to know. And also be mindful, of your trust and things like that. But we're not gonna get into all that. But when you have the trust, it depends on how many beneficiaries you have, and so it gets into a lot of things. So be mindful of what you have going on, where you're putting it, and what's the status of your institutions. We always think everything is good, but sometimes things happen. If anyone takes their money out, they won't have anything to loan. Yes, if everyone takes all their money out, then the banks won't have anything to loan, and they probably won't have enough to pay everyone back their money. If everyone says, I want my money, I want my money, people who come last, they might maybe can't get their money. I don't know. But all right, guys, see, I will start rambling on off topic because we were talking about sinking funds. But again, if you all think of some, Is it based in California? I'm sorry, I'm just now seeing that comment. I believe so. I believe so. But yes, if you think of any done for you services that you could use, or you know someone could use or benefit from, definitely let me know in the comments. If you're watching the replay, if you're not subscribed, subscribe so you can join us live every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. I post a video every Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern. Check out old videos. We talk about different topics: savings, debt, planning ahead, budgeting. Talk about different things. So go check it out. Go learn something. And thank you all for being here. As always, I appreciate you. I love you all. And I will see you all next week, Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern for Talk Tuesday. And I'm not sure what the title is yet, but I will, or the topic is, but I will put it up shortly. All right. Have a great evening. Happy budgeting and go check on your money. See you guys.